welcome to another episode of the Gabfest. We're laughing, sorry, you caught us in a moment. And then we just saw 3, 2, 1.
You're live.
We are live. Thank you so much for joining if you are joined yet.
What?
I was just saying I haven't posted in so long.
Yeah.
And we haven't been putting the posters out there in so long.
Yeah. Life is lifing.
Life is lifing,
Yeah.
and we're hoping people is coming.
Well, I
so.
think we should comment on the one who is watching, and I think that just very well might be me.
Like it sounds so bad now.
No,
But
guys,
thank
give
you
people
so much.
time.
Yes. As you log in, or even if you're watching it after the live, thank you so much for joining us today. You did miss us last week, and things were hectic last week in all areas of life. So
We were lifing.
We were lifing, as Cleo says.
Yeah.
So you missed us last week, and I know if you do miss an episode, it is really difficult to remember to come back, because a week makes a big difference in, what do you call it, in scheduling and everything. So
We just nodding.
yeah, just nodding. So thank you so much. And today, let's first say hello before we go.
Yeah,
on to the
guys,
show.
it's been
How
a
are you
minute
guys?
for me.
It's
I
been a
missed you
minute.
guys.
Yes.
I
Oh
really
yeah,
did.
we didn't have
missed
last
you.
week, and you weren't here the week before.
Yeah, I missed you guys. I just want to say, guys, I'm happy to be back.
We missed this energy.
Yay.
Yeah, guys, it's Friday.
I'm thirsty, man. I was too late to bring anything to drink.
By the way, where is our cocktail? Or was it
Did you just
mocktail?
not hear? I was late.
Guys,
The
guys.
energy's a bit down. Bring it
No,
up, bring it
no,
up.
guys.
Bring it.
It's Friday. And what do we say? What in pop culture is now? Friday.
Try,
Yeah, not Kanye, just Friday. Okay, so since I wasn't here, I will ask, how are you two ladies? How have you been for the past 2 weeks?
How you been? How
I've
you
been
doing?
good.
How
Last
you
time-
doing?
Our last show you went to Laka. How are you feeling now?
Yeah, no, much better. Yeah, I think you go through the motions, and whenever there's a downward spiral, it always goes up again.
Mm-hmm.
We've got to remember that if anyone is in a bad space right now, just know it doesn't last. Yeah, much better. Happy.
You happy?
Yeah, just stiff neck, like I was speaking to Vange about it. Like you get this one pillow, or like you're at that age where you just sleep like weird for one night, and then like for 3 days, get it over.
Don't say that ever again. It makes me feel old. Because this is I actually have muscle relaxers on call because that's a regular for me. So.
Oh, snap.
So, I'm doing well. I'm okay. I'm just also having the whole... But for me, it's more like a fatigue thing. It's not like my emotions are...
Oh, no. So it's a body
It's-
thing.
Is it maybe like
Yeah,
also
it's
because it's
a-
like getting to that time of the year where you're just tired?
I think so,
Starting to
and
switch
also
down.
between Ashley and the kids, when the kids aren't sleeping, and then Ashley's not sleeping when they are sleeping,
Yeah.
and vice versa. So it's like you just don't get
But-
your full percentage of rest.
On that, I am not sure how you're not crazy yet. The reason why I say this, like this family sleeping pattern is insane.
Is it?
No, it's beyond me. Like at 8 o'clock I need to be in bed, so then I'll be up at like 5 o'clock. But that my kids sleep through the night. Vanjie,
How do you get your kids to bed at 8?
you
They're
train
in a
them.
routine.
Yeah,
Okay,
they in a
okay.
routine. Like there's no way.
Even on a weekend?
Even on a weekend.
Okay.
Friday, Saturday, Sunday, they must go sleep. They have an odd day when the cousins are all together.
Yeah, I mean, it breaks my routine. So,
But then after that, they go slip back into it.
Yeah.
But this one, there was times when she had a post 2 o'clock in the morning of her kids just being live. It's much better now. I'll commend you on that.
much better.
Much
It's
better.
Isaiah's the problem. He even went to my uncle on Sunday, and he's like, I think I have a problem. Keep in mind he's 4 now.
Oh, he said that.
And my uncle says, what's the problem? He says, I don't think I know how to sleep.
Like he has
He's a night
stamina.
owl.
No, he has stamina. Like really, he'll be sitting and he'll be busy. He'll just be. But then when you get there in the morning, grumpy. He's just a grumpy one. He just sleeps till
Maybe it's just a
11
night
o'clock.
owl.
Like
Asham,
really.
lately he's up early. Then he asks, why is Scarlett still sleeping? Is it late?
Wow.
So he's doing well. He's doing well now, boy. You doing good?
He's not having it.
He's not having it. Shame he's not feeling well. So he's here at the studio with us, waiting patiently when are we done. But anyway, Angsa, how are you?
This week has been an odd week. It's been a week where where I did question myself. I've never really been in that space where like I question my confidence in anything, like even my side hustle. Like my side hustle has always been something that I wanted to do. And I went and I was so despondent. I think yesterday when I went to go get stock and there was just literally nothing. And I was standing there and I'm like, my confidence is completely gone because I'm not sure if people will buy what I want anymore because I like the stuff, but I've been sitting with stock and not just in that area, in a lot of areas in my life recently. So I'm like, I'm questioning myself. So I think this week has been a little bit of a high-low for me, like, which is odd for me because it rarely happens. I'm usually, I plateau usually.
What's the secret
Of what? Of
being on that plateau? Because
I don't know.
the girl needs some tips.
It's been a while because when I got married, I really worked on certain stuff in my life because I wasn't confident in certain stuff. I had extreme low self-esteem, all of that kind of stuff. So I really consciously worked at it. So for me, it's like, you know what, if you have a bad day, it's fine. Just push through it. Like that's how my mental state always was. But I think this week it was just a matter of, you're 33, got 2 kids, and now you're questioning your passion, like that what you want to do. Like now you question, like this is like an odd time. Like shouldn't you already be like in flow? And also because there's certain things that I thought I would have had by now, and now you're like, how am I 33 and I'm not there yet? Like when?
33 is young.
Yeah, but
It is young, but when you compare, and not to be ugly, now this is my thing why I always say social media is also dangerous when you're like, yeah, but look at the bright side as well. You see so many people flex on social media and you don't know what's real and what's not real.
Yeah.
And they put this facade that like 16-year-olds are already like
Yeah.
millionaires.
Now,
Yeah.
here's where the tricky part is. It's not like you consciously comparing.
You're not.
It creeps in. Now you're sitting there, look at my life. I'm 33. I've got 2 kids. I'm married. And I haven't achieved A, B, and C. It subconsciously, and now you start questioning yourself. Now you start... all of these things are put out there and you try to guard yourself and you say to yourself, yeah, but that's a screensaver. Yeah, but this is where you are, running your lane. But it catches up to you, which is why for a good while I was like, no social media for me.
So quick question on what you were saying, because I feel like a lot of people and like with social media gives people this like instant gratification thing. If you can give like more or less like a timeline, because you said like you worked on like your confidence and all of that, how long would you say more or less, like how many years did it take you to get to the point where you are now?
Well, I'm married 8 years now. So let's say it took me about 5 years, but then then again, the point where I actually consciously worked at it, it could be a year. It depends on what you're going through because we have varying personalities.
Yeah.
We struggle with different things. What makes you happy and gives you absolute joy is different from what makes me happy. And then there's also the element of spirituality for me because I'm very faith-based, so there's a big element of God.
Yeah.
And when you don't have that center, it becomes challenging because we find certain answers in different from different people, and we don't know what their source was. So it becomes challenging. It's a point where you must come to say, okay, fine. This is what I want to achieve in my life. This is how I want to feel. And the reality of the matter is, and I was saying this to Xavier, and I don't want to sound narcissistic, but if we don't like the way we feel, we need to stop the way we think because that influences our feelings and our emotions. So what are we putting into our minds that is allowing us to feel
Where your
the way
attention goes, your energy flows.
that one?
Okay, so today we are doing what's trending, right? We haven't done it in extremely long. So like extremely long. We haven't done the what's trending.
But we usually used to do it on the last Friday.
We used to do it on first Fridays. Remember when
when
Jess
Jess
was
is
here?
here.
Yeah, we used to do first Fridays, but we haven't done it in
In a
such a
minute.
long time. So today we're going to do the what's trending part, right? And the first topic that I want us to speak about with the what's trending, it's been trending for quite some time. It's not something that obviously just came up now, but
Yeah.
you know, Gabfest, we women, we want our say and
Yeah.
you know,
I
give
want
in
my
our
say.
10 cents and our opinion. So on TikTok some time ago, I think it was last month, there was somebody, a girl, a colored girl. Can we keep in mind that this whole topic is only based on colored people,
Yes.
right? So it's not race in terms of girls in general.
Yes.
The fight is between coloreds, okay? So a few weeks ago, there was a girl from Joburg. I forgot her name, something with a J.
Janad.
Something like that.
Yeah,
Janad.
Janad.
Something, yeah. So she went on to TikTok and she had, her whole TikTok is basically always comparing Joburg and
The rest of
Cape Town,
South
okay?
Africa, yeah.
So everything is why Joburg is better, why Joburg is better. If you go watch certain things, she's always saying Joburg's nightlife this versus Cape Town's nightlife that, and it's always just a comparison, right? So this time she took it a bit too far. And she took it to girls in general, right? So she's a colored girl who is fair-skinned, like extremely fair. She has green eyes. She doesn't even have long hair, but her hair
Yeah, I think
is
she was just counting on the green eyes. I think she
Yeah.
was focusing a lot on that.
nothing wrong with it, but
Yeah.
this is where she's going. And obviously she has glad hair, right? But it's short. And she went off on a rant about why she's beautiful, and why every
And why no
colored
colored
girl,
boy doesn't want her. She basically
every
said that
single colored boy wants
her.
her, no matter what room she walks in, and every colored girl wants to look like her. And then she started jumping onto the Cape Town girls and how they feel this. What's the word?
Superiority.
Superior.
Yeah.
There we go. And the whole vibe. And then Cape Town came back for her and they started doing a Cape Town. So there's this whole thing where people are showing the first half of a video and then they're doing the why Cape Town is better.
Yeah, there's
and then
switching it.
Joburg is doing it and then why Joburg is better. But there is a lot of people that's saying, guys, why are we attacking all the Joburg girls? This is one girl's opinion. And now it's becoming a Cape Town versus Joburg. That's her opinion on what she thinks, because there is Joburg girls coming out as well saying, well, this is what I look like. Not everybody in Joburg looks like this, and vice versa.
Which is very interesting because when I went to Cape Town, there's a very stereotype. I'm not being negative or whatever, but there's a sort of style and look for Cape Town girls. Whereas when I came to Joburg, there's a big variety of different styles, how the women look, what's in Cape Town. It was always just the straight hair with the GHD kind of look. When I got here, it was the curls. It was, you can have straight hair if you want, I'll do curls if I want, but everyone is okay, everything goes here. So which is kind of weird for her to say, or for everyone to be stereotyped into that class when there's such a big variety in Joburg as a whole.
What's your thoughts? Because you asked about
I
it
didn't
this
even
morning.
know what is going on.
Guys,
and I must
the
say,
way I laughed, in my head I was like, oh, so don't I have wholesome things?
Yeah, I thought the same.
Cleo replies, oh, I didn't see that trend. I only have wholesome things
saw
on
that.
my
I
For
wanted
You
to- I
page.
see
And
all
I was
that
like,
stuff.
hey, excuse
oh, sorry, I didn't
But
want
I
you to know. Like, I didn't know about any of this, so I had to search it this morning, and I must say I did not appreciate all that negativity in my space because there's a lot going on there,
There's a
and
lot
people are
going on.
saying
But
like
it's something-
extremely rude things,
Ooh.
and they're attacking her physical. I feel like when women get into the space, it always becomes a physical thing.
Yeah, because now what they're doing, just for whoever's watching to know, is what they're doing. Everybody knows Nadia Jafta has an amazing
Yeah.
body, right?
Yeah.
But we
It's
also
unfair,
know
though,
it
to-
is unfair. But we also know it's not just jumming, right? She's got lots of what do you call that? Sponsors and stuff
Yeah.
that makes her look even better to a certain extent, the same way with other people. So I'm not saying she's not working for it. In
Oh,
no way am
no.
I not saying
Yeah.
that. I'm just saying there is fat burners, there is all those things that you can't compare somebody that does do the cellulite burning,
The
to
treatments,
the
yeah.
treatments, to somebody that
Oh.
doesn't have the finances to do it.
But-
So what I'm just saying is that,
Always ready
so
to
what
go.
they're doing is they're putting this girl's picture up, and also they're not even choosing good pictures.
Yeah,
they're
they're
literally taking a video and they're screenshotting her worst space. Like
Yeah.
where she's doing this or something like that.
That is the
and they're
media,
putting
though.
a hectic
But-
model photo of Nadia next to it.
Yeah, which
and
was
saying,
intentionally
can we
taken."
even compare? So
But just to be devil's advocate and Just a minute. I know you're going to come for me. But what I'm saying is, she put herself out on that space. She put herself out by saying, I've got this and my lashes are 1,000 rand. And so she put herself in that space. So now they're coming for her and they're blasting her. And I mean, with Nadia Javdanik, it's an unfair comparison. And they really took a really nice picture of her where she's there.
All her pictures are nice.
No, but I'm in the sun. It's just her. And I'm like, ooh, girls, body girls one day. You know, and she's just, and they made comments about everything. They made comments about
I couldn't find any of our original videos. I was only finding
She's
the
now,
stitches.
She's
show
now
is now
private.
private.
I went to look for her.
She's now private.
Our
Yes.
page.
She deserves it.
Okay. The producers over there say she deserves it.
But it's because she put herself out there. And look, if you listen finely what she
One
says,
of Leisha's clearing, it's not me.
if you listen to her finely, there are certain truths that she was trying to bring across with the whole, you know, what is considered beautiful in the media and all of that.
Did you just fall or something?
Something is happening to my chair. I wasn't sure if it's in my mind. Sorry, guys.
Why don't you swap chairs? Cleo literally just dropped to the ground if you didn't see that. But while she's speaking, I also just wanted to say, based on that, you know, there's so many things that I feel like we need to think before we speak in terms of certain things, because there are some things where you can say what you want to say, right? This is just my personal opinion, and I don't want to be bashed for this. It's just my experience that I've met a lot of, we used to go to Cape Town, like my dad studied in Cape Town and stuff, all his friends Cape Town, and we were in Cape Town literally every second month, right? And because at that time, I didn't have the straight hair, or like, you know, when you go to Cape Town, you buy the C, so the hair shrinks, and, you know, you try to see what. No, it's off. Oh, there we go.
Okay.
So there's those kind of things. And I do find that there was a lot of judgment from Cape Town girls in terms of your looks, your hair is not straight and long to your back, and those certain things. Although I do know a lot of people that we were friends with who had hair texture like mine, who was my complexion and darker, and certain things like that. So I think I found a nice balance being there. But in terms of this specific video, it did go to the whole body shaming.
Yeah.
It went to all those things. But where I was trying to go with it by speaking about all of this is sometimes there is things that you want to point out for discussion, right? But maybe the way you say it and the tone you say it doesn't quite come out right. And I know Anka did not want to speak about Kanye, but I feel the same way in terms of certain things Kanye says is things that it's true. But the way he says it makes it sound so arrogant.
Yes.
But the meaning behind it, it's like, but this guy's actually speaking sense. He's just making it sound really ugly.
But that's the same thing with Andrew Tate, where he says something, but it's because it's said so, it blocks people out.
harsh.
Because it's so harsh, it blocks people out. But wait a minute, take a moment. Just listen to the essence of what this person is saying. And then you can hear what they're saying. Now, no one heard what she's saying, because it just came across as being arrogant and narcissistic. So I'm all for confidence. I really am all for confidence. And I think that is something that I focused on that for the past couple of weeks, not consciously, but like certain things happen. I'm like, oh, okay, actually I can do this. Like I should just step out more boldly in this area, whether it be physically, whether it be whatever, mentally or whatever. But once you cross the line to being narcissistic, to being conceited, this is when people shut off. People don't hear you anymore, because now it just sounds like, oh, you're just full of yourself.
And you don't need to badmouth someone else to bring your point across.
Yeah. I also just feel like that's why it's so difficult for so many people to be confident, because
They don't know
there's
the
such a
fine
thin line, and if you cross that line, and even most of the time if you don't, people will always come for you, and then it becomes this huge public thing. Like you were speaking about a personal experience. I did a lesson with this Cape Town makeup artist. I went to Cape Town, and when I got there, she had like this full face of makeup on, and she's like, oh my word, I was so worried when you told me you're from Joburg, because like Cape Town girls feel like Joburg girls are so like, you know, they say the word sturvy. Yeah.
Which is ironic, because
I didn't think that.
Some Joburg girls think that about Cape Town girls. It's ironic. Yeah, sorry.
And I feel like even if you just a silly example, if you like look at Joburg influences versus Cape Town influences, I feel like there is a big difference there anyway. Don't you feel? Or how do you feel?
There is a big difference because the cultures, and this is something me and Xavier always talk about, because I'm a complete outsider. I come from Namibia. I've lived and studied in Cape Town, and now I live here. And the vast differences, but Namibians gravitate more to Cape Townians. Like the culture is more, it's closer to each other or whatever. So we integrate better there. I absolutely loved living in Cape Town, and I have a lot of, like, my best friend is Cape Townian. So, you know, and I've become family. We've all become family. But when I came here, I think there's a miscommunication in terms of how people perceive each other. Like, there is a different, like, I feel like Joburg girls have a different type of confidence, and Cape Town, not all Cape Town girls, some Cape Town girls, their confidence sometimes gets perceived as arrogance, which is where this thing now comes from. So it's like they think other people see it as a superior, but they're just confident in how they do something. They don't necessarily put someone else down. They're just being themselves. They like the GHD, their hair. I mean, that's where I was introduced to the GHD, because my hair was just.
Yeah. So are we just saying it boils down to culture in the different cities,
Yes.
basically?
I think I'm not even going to go to culture. I think it's personality, man. Because color is colored no matter where you are. But I feel like we here in Joburg alone, let's be honest, if you're from Aldo's now versus from Bosmont, who thinks they better?
Okay, I don't know that answer.
You should know the answer. But
I know that answer.
and she's from Namibia. So I don't think it goes as far as Cape Town versus Joburg, because it's just a matter of even somebody from Bosmont versus somebody from Sandton. You know,
Yeah.
the closer you are to the white people, the better you are, you know. And I feel like that is the whole thing. And with Cape Town, unfortunately, they are the old DA. So,
But also, I think it's the whole vibe, because Cape Town's got the holiday vibe. So I don't know, maybe some people, it's an individual thing. Question yourself where you are. I absolutely love Cape Town.
I love Cape Town.
no one's saying they hate Cape Town.
Yeah, you get what I'm saying? I fit and I integrated it easily there, given I lived there for quite a while. And then when I got here, I had to learn that things are different. So for me personally, I think it's a cultural thing. My only question to our queens out there: why are we knocking the other queens' crowns off their heads?
But that's what I'm saying.
You
I
know?
feel like personally, I feel it's not. I think it's personality, right? If I can bash you sitting next to me, and I can bash you sitting next to me, and we're all from the same place, what more so to the next person? Because like I say, I've met sturvy people in Cape Town, but I've also met lekker gum people in Cape Town. So that's why I say it's based on personality
individual
and also
thing.
where you are. If you're in a space where you're not opening yourself to, we think about Americans, I think America is the world, for example. There are some people within Joburg who thinks, like, let's say you are from the South. You think
Yeah.
the South is, and obviously the South has its own culture compared to the North, compared to the East, so if you don't open up yourself to those things, because you'll be shocked. If you go to the North, you'll think you're in Cape Town. So that's why I say I believe it's literally your own little community you've made for yourself through your personalities, through your friends, through your whoever. So if you can say something bad to the next person that's in your house, for example, what more so about someone totally different?
Yeah.
And I feel like this girl had a bad interaction with somebody from Cape Town.
Now she's just
And
projecting
now
it.
she's making it it's one of those things where you want to say all colors are drunkards and all this
Yeah.
and all that. It's you have a bad experience with somebody,
And now you're
and then you
generalizing.
generalize that
Yeah.
everybody is like that.
I think the other element there is also, guys, followers is not everything. I know we're working towards, and I think what has been what's happening in the social media culture now, that if I say something controversial, it sparks a topic, and then people want to go see what's happening, and then that generates
It's
followers.
generally how you make trending things. It
Yeah.
must be
It
controversial.
It must be
yeah.
controversial. And the challenge is a lot of people don't have that by now, because what happened now is she made her account private. But now remember, all our other content is already out there.
She wasn't.
Maybe she wasn't
If you also
expecting
want to
it
be
to blow
bold
up.
enough to say something, be bold enough to get the backlash as well.
Yeah.
South Africa is a dangerous place, and the reason why I say that is because a simple thing was this morning they were speaking about Trevor Noah dating Dua Lipa, right?
Ooh.
And it's been a minute, but then when it came out that they're together, she posted something with someone else, right? But I think because it was still like under wraps and whatnot.
Yeah.
It's like, let's not make it obvious. Let me look.
Wait, so is it true?
Yeah, they together. But now you should see the comments, and it's just South Africans roasting Dua Lipa on there,
Why?
right? And they're like, "Hi, oh shame! If you date Trevor, you date the whole South Africa." You
Oh
know.
my God.
So if you're gonna make certain comments in SA,
Yeah.
people are gonna come for you. And that's TikTok. Let's not even mention Twitter. Like
Yeah, no.
Twitter will.
But sorry to
Scare
break
you.
your word there, but if there's one thing now that I do notice that is extremely different now, yeah, in Joburg now, if you check the
trending.
the backlashing with this thingy,
Yeah.
it's that was her. That was her. That was
They
her. nah.
distance themselves.
They distance themselves.
Oh, yeah.
But if you check Cape Town, everybody is like, even the men is like, that's our people. And if you see people living in America that's from Cape Town is even commenting like this, that. The
So they're
fact
standing
that
together.
they're standing together, that also just shows on a whole nother level. As much as this girl is wrong in
But I
terms of how she said it,
I think because she made the comparison of being, remember, there's such a vast variety here in Joburg. She mentioned traits about being fair and having green eyes. Given that in Joburg there is a very large number of people who have green eyes, right? But they're not necessarily fair.
Yeah.
So she made that distinction. So now you're already dividing your people. It's like I can't be included. Because let's look at me. As much as I've got a fair skin, I've got nothing else. There's nothing else to say.
But
Okay,
also,
fine.
so to go back to your question about the influencers, I think there is a big difference, but I think the difference comes with opportunity. If you
Okay,
colored
yeah.
in Cape Town, you can thrive as an influencer. Unfortunately, in South Africa, your Rainbow Nation, in South Africa, in
Joburg.
Joburg, when they consider Rainbow Nation, they literally only put black and white. So
Yeah, that was something that
they do
is
light
disturbing for me
skin,
when I
dark
watch her.
skin, black, but they won't choose an actual colored person. But they will put a light-skinned black person to make it look like Rainbow Nation. As we in Cape Town, if you colored and you
Yeah.
were influencer,
They push-
tomorrow you are everything. If you've noticed, every influencer that is colored, where they from? And then I think about Tessa, what's her name? How can I forget her name now? Tessa, the makeup artist.
From Joburg.
Yeah.
Unsweet Beauty.
Yeah, Unsweet Beauty. If you check her content versus some of the influencers from Cape Town, it's like, how is this girl still not making it? Because she
But
is
she's doing covers and things.
amazing now only, and
But
she's
yeah, she's
pushing
been
that.
at it
She's
though.
not pushing that as an influencer.
It's a-
That
more
is
as a
her as a
creative.
makeup
Yeah.
artist, because she's a makeup artist. So that's not posted on her page and stuff like that, because as an influencer, she's not getting invited to all these things.
Yeah, I really feel like she
She's
should
not-
be up there.
She's
But
brilliant.
that is something that
Even the gym instructors, if they colored, they from Cape Town.
everyone who makes it up on there, who's got certain followers or whatever on Instagram and is colored, I must say, is from Cape Town. I think that was very disturbing for me to see how marginalized coloreds are in Joburg. And
Yeah.
I say that because me and Xavier get looks, because a lot of people think I'm white until they hear me speak. Right?
But you just
So-
have to do your Afrikaans.
Yeah,
thing
when I
and
do
you're
my Afrikaans,
fine.
everyone just thinks that I'm just white. And I do that on purpose because that's not how I normally speak. So me and Xavier, whenever we go somewhere, depending on if it's home affairs, I send in Xavier. When we're in a certain area, Xavier knows to send me because
Yeah.
then we get the job done. But you just don't win as a colored, yeah. It's disturbing.
I think also maybe it's a lot to do with support, because at the end of the day, if you look at influencing, it has to do with your interaction on your posts. There's so many Joburg people that are commenting on like Cape Townian stuff. And I just feel like we maybe don't have the level of support. Like, how many times have you seen a masterclass where they fly in somebody from Cape Town to come and do a class here?
But who's in charge of those things? So I'm saying is like, for you to be on a poster, The company had to find somebody for that. So what happens is the company is now flying in colours from Cape Town to Joburg instead of inviting girls that's actually thriving. There's a lot of girls on Instagram that's from Joburg that have the numbers
And the engagement
and the
everything.
engagement, but they're not getting the opportunity in terms of business opportunities.
I mean, you guys just mentioned, I don't know, but you guys just mentioned that makeup artist, right? But for every some makeup launch or something, they fly in Roshana Isaacs for that. Even when the what you call it, NYX or
Even
Mix or
baked
whatever,
online, at
yeah,
anything that's in Joburg, you know.
they get
They the
flown
girls
in.
that-
I don't
Yeah.
have a problem with that. All
Yeah,
if you're
we
being
don't have a
successful,
problem.
that's
Just
not
saying,
what we're
also
saying.
give 10% to us.
Out here, because we just you know what, we should make Cape Town profiles and say we're from Cape Town. Oh yeah, you need to learn the accent too. Can I just bring in this comment? 100% correct, Evangelique. Brown people, colored from Joburg are grossly marginalized, and we are marginalized without shame or excuse. No, for real, there's no shame here to marginalize the colored people.
So I feel like that is one thing that needs. Oh, never mind speaking about Indian and the Chinese that's so called under the black name, but so
they even further down
even
on the
further
bottom
down, but
of the
if
food
color can't
chain.
get there, so I don't know. Okay, next to the next topic, because that topic was really long. Cleo is like,
It's getting spicy
it's
now.
getting spicy. But don't you think it's so true though?
Yeah.
It's true. You even as a makeup artist, I know even as a makeup artist, if it wasn't somebody that put your name down themselves because they work there, the opportunity goes everywhere else.
But also, if we bring it into that like a personal thing, if I look at the content of a lot of these Cape Townian makeup artists, like they have that. Am I allowed to swear? I was about to say they have that shit down. Like they do it properly. It's good quality, and I'm not saying
I
Joburg girls
understand
don't do that.
But I'm saying you seeing that because you go follow them because you've heard of them.
Yeah.
I follow a lot of Joburg girls that their things is on point, man. It's just they're not. How are you gonna get better and better and better without the exposure?
I hear you.
But anyway, moving along swiftly, we are going to Riri.
Oh, we're listening to that.
We were speaking about Rihanna, right? So a few, was it weeks ago or a month ago? Was it last month, nah? They announced that Rihanna is the headliner at the upcoming Super Bowl, right? And obviously we've been waiting years and years. Rihanna keeps promising she's dropping music, but she rather became a businesswoman. No shame in it.
Yeah.
But you know, your Rihanna fans have been out here waiting when is
Yeah, to
the next
re-listen.
vibe
There's a
coming
fan on
out.
every post that asks her. So when is the new album coming?
Exactly, when is the new album coming? So because she's headlining Super Bowl, I don't know, did the music come first and then Super Bowl, or did Super Bowl get the offer and then said, oh, let's become known again because the supporters need to come, kind of a thing. But anyway, so she is doing a soundtrack in the Black Panther movie. We listened to the song and we are a bit disappointed in the song.
However, let's give context. We didn't see the movie, so we don't know where it.
The premiere was
Like-
only
Yeah.
Yeah, it's
So we
like all
don't know
very
yesterday.
new.
So maybe it's.
no. So
I feel like
yeah,
it'll fit
yeah.
in the movie.
It'll fit in the movie, but listening to it as
Yeah, no, I'm not a
just
fan.
a.
But you never know. Like sometimes the first time you hear a song, you're like, and then like 2 months later, you're jamming that
What is
song.
the name of the song? Sorry, do you remember?
Oh.
You see?
Okay. While Cleo looks, what's the name
Yeah,
of the
let me
song
check
in case
quickly.
you want to go listen to it?
Wasn't memorable.
It's really depressing. So it must be, obviously it's Black Panther. We know what happened in Black Panther. We know the main actor unfortunately passed away. So we are saying
Lift
it's
Me Up.
Lift Me Up. We're saying it's the whole Fast and Furious vibe, maybe. You know, we're still
Oh,
feeling
yeah.
the Charlie Puth vibe. So we're saying maybe this is the after watching the movie.
But even
It
that
will
was a
give-
sad song, but it was a vibe.
It was a vibe.
Do you
Like,
get what I'm saying?
but because we watched the movie, that's why I'm saying maybe once watching
Okay.
the
Yeah,
movie,
okay.
it will add emotion. It will add that because now when you sing it, it gives the whole-
You said it sounded like an anthem.
It did. I feel like it gave an anthem vibe. I do feel like maybe there's a lot of emotion in it, and that's why I also think that maybe it's for the movie.
Yeah.
It is
because of-
obviously.
Yeah, I mean, like
But
only
more
for the.
fitting.
Yeah, so
only for the
commenting
movie.
about it like on the external like this, I think it's unfair to say that we just outright, or I just outright don't like it. I mean, because there must be context. There must
Yeah,
be.
and you know, now she has that vibe where you just wanna.
But you see, that's the
that's
difference. You're
not-
a Rihanna fan.
It's not coming to me, man. It's not coming. I don't wanna go.
You're an actual Rihanna fan, and I think I'm saying that for my bias. Like, I mean, because I was reading the commentary when they were saying, yeah, Rihanna's coming back, and it was a thing of, is she only coming back for the Super Bowl, or, you know,
Or is it the actual thing?
is it an actual thing? What's happening? And this one person commented and said, wow, for her to come out and post this picture, and the picture is literally her hand with a football in it.
It's the Super Bowl picture, man.
Yeah, but this person's commentary is this is such a wow in pop culture. It's what pop culture need. What did pop culture need? like, wow, this is so profound. Like I'm trying to see it, and it's like this is even more off-putting. Like, don't do this, guys. Don't do this. Because when you hear something profound, then people are like, but Rihanna posts a picture with a ball.
But that's the culture of it. Like, people that are in that space are like
Yeah.
wowed by very like
Trivial
superficial
things.
things. Yeah.
What
Like-
you feel about her coming back?
I love her. I really do. I want to hear more, like more
Yeah,
music.
I'm hoping she goes to her style music. Please don't do a Beyonce
But maybe
thing.
also
Please don't be a Beyonce.
Now you see
where the
you got-
vibe is changed, or
No, Beyonce, after put your ring on it, she's already done the whole... What's that? You can't hear anything.
7-Eleven.
No, it
I
sounds like
don't
people
know.
complaining the whole time.
Yeah.
What's that? Trap music.
Oh, yeah.
She's done trap music. She went to Burna Boy vibes. Now she's by
because she's
the
trying to stay relevant
your
constantly.
Vogue vibes. But
yeah.
your supporters don't stay.
But maybe it's just like also as a human, you change so much, and maybe they're trying to make music for that like
No,
specific
they're
time
trying
in
to
their
keep
lives.
the money because specific time in your life, your music, your words change, not your style.
No, she should be singing wholesome songs by now because she's a family woman right now. But she's not singing wholesome. And I'm saying that, and I'll be honest, I am not a Beyonce fan. I've never been a Beyonce fan. Not saying that she
I was
hasn't
a
made good
Destiny's
music.
Child fan.
Yeah, I was when they were a group, and then after that I was like,
I
no.
still do you pay my bills.
When they were 4,
Yeah,
when
and
they were
to the
3.
left, to the left.
I'm more the full vibes.
Well, that's a while.
That's a while ago. And when the to the left, those were my beats. I don't know why, because I wasn't going into relationships yet.
Yeah.
But you know.
Okay, but what about Gabfest?
The TikTok is there, but that's all it's for. But
Oh.
I think that song is a vibe.
No, this new song that's trending with people doing. No,
it's a
thank you.
TikTok song. It's not the Beyonce
Yeah.
song. So see, that's the difference. Can you imagine Tamia coming out tomorrow and start singing?
Okay, wait, so you're saying like with Adele, she sticks to her style.
It's a genre.
through
That's why
everything,
people
like
fall
she's
in love
true
with
to
her.
herself.
Yes, and that's why I'm an absolute fan of Adele.
I love Adele.
Because even Sam Smith, he's stuck to his genre. Now what happens
But
is.
Body Shop is a bit suspect.
Okay, I don't know Body Shop. It's been a minute since
It's
I've been.
also a TikTok.
It's been a minute, so let
Mom
me.
is
let
worried
me
because Dad's gone to the
Okay,
party.
let me
Wow.
retract that Sam Smith part. I'm an Adele fan, right? But what happens is a lot of these artists, they become bored, or maybe they're just not hitting it
They're
as hard
trying to
anymore.
keep in.
Then they
Yeah.
commercialize. So then they start changing things up, but they forget the reason why. Like John Legend, I was an absolute John Legend fan until he became commercial, as well as Usher. I'm like, guys, do what you do best, and stay with
There
it.
is
Stay with that
people
niche.
coming up now that has that sound.
Yes.
So
Yeah.
what about us that still enjoy that old school vibe? You just
Yeah, like I know
I
I'm
feel
of
like it's
age.
like that in a lot of like industries though, like with makeup for example. Like you can have your style, or you can just follow trends and like you'll be popular because with every trend that comes out you're there and you're doing something. Or you can just be yourself and stick to like your true
Yeah.
style and maybe not be as popular, but at least like
It's
there's
you.
a lot of authenticity behind it, I guess. I don't know.
So I feel, yeah, sorry.
Yeah, it disappeared.
Retract. So that's what I feel. I just hope Rihanna doesn't do. To go back to the topic. I hope Rihanna
besides
does
that.
not tomorrow. She's on this other vibe, and keep to on the replay and that the song that
Maybe
also
Mom
can't
Rihanna is
replay that.
different though.
and just the words where we also trying to figure. We're like, oh, that's actually words when you do a karaoke. When you're just thinking it's
Fun fact, I've never done karaoke.
we do karaoke in the house, but not outside.
I was going to
Yeah.
say let's do that, but then I realized we were on air, so let's not do it on air. We can do it as a girl.
Yeah, we can go outside somewhere. The only problem with Joburg's karaoke, you pay per hour.
What?
Anyway,
You see, you're doing Joburg again.
no, I'm comparing it to Korea, not to not to Cape Town.
Must make it clear so we don't confuse our listeners.
But yeah, okay. Then going on, still kind of what Rihanna, but Black Panther now came out, right?
Mm-hmm.
What's your guys' thoughts about the whole concept changing? What's the warrior woman now? Nah? What's the name of the?
I do not know.
I know what you're talking about, but I cannot remember the name. It's a new movie that came out.
It's his like right hand in the movie that is
Yeah.
now the main actor.
Yeah.
And obviously I haven't watched the Black Panther thingy now, but last night at the premiere, was it yesterday or the day before? I can't remember. Everybody was paying tribute to
Chadwick Boseman.
they were. And they were saying it was so emotional and everything like that. What's your guys' thoughts about? It's obviously a sad case. He wasn't fired in terms of
Yeah,
let's
yeah,
just get
cancer.
a new Black Panther vibe. It was the first movie. It was big because it was the first black superhero.
Yeah.
All those things added to it. What's your thoughts on a whole new one coming out without the main superhero?
For me personally, guys, this woke agenda, like, I'm all for women's empowerment and all of that, but
I knew it was going to go there. That's how I was asking.
it's just so blatant. It's really, really blatant. And for me, we were speaking about it on one of the other shows with the Monday shows, and it was like, did the pendulum swing too far? I am for women's empowerment, but and this is one of the topics that I asked, we speak about, is that it's basically, is it empowerment, female empowerment, and all of that, or is it just
Replacing
toxicity?
us
Yeah.
trying to replace men.
Yeah, is it female toxicity? Feminine toxicity, because toxic femininity.
Toxic
That's
femininity.
the word,
yes.
right? Because too much of anything is bad. Doesn't matter what it is. So yes, I'm all for. We also have our superpowers, and we also. But I think we as women and this whole feminine movement has misplaced what the purpose is of a woman and what the purpose is of a man. Now we come and we're saying, yeah, but
Want
this-
to be equal.
Yeah, we want to be equal.
We
Now
don't
this-
want to be equal. We want to take over.
yeah, no, we want
Yeah.
to take over now. Now the thing is, yeah, our husbands didn't do this, and he didn't do this, and I need to tap into my my masculine side, right? But we didn't give this person an opportunity to be a guy, and when he wants to be a guy, we're like, no, but I'm a woman. I can afford it myself. I can
Yeah.
look after myself. When it's like, it's not really about the finances. There's a lot more to this thing, and the whole culture of the movies and media and all of that is driving that, because a lot of the movies that are coming out, even the Jasmine, the Aladdin movie, that was also a strong narrative of, she can rule this place all by itself. She doesn't need a man, whatever.
Yeah.
Herself.
You know what I mean? You know where I was going with this. And I don't have a problem. My problem is when there's too much of something or too much of a narrative, you have an imbalance. And what do I always say? In everything in life, there must be balance.
Yeah, I'm on that same vibe, and I know it's a very unpopular opinion to have, especially in like today's
Yep.
day and age. But I still believe in that there has to be balance, and I've gone back to like the drawing board, and I'm reading Men Are From Mars, Women Are From Venus. For the first time, I'm very late on it, but anyway, they talk about how women and men need to communicate differently because we are different.
We're different.
We
We're not
we
the
cannot
same.
be the same, and I feel like this whole movement is throwing things off a lot, and it's causing a lot of women to step into this masculine energy, which we should not be doing. But hey, like,
And which is why we have issues now with women, and which is why it leans onto the mental health issues. It leans into where people don't have healthy relationships because this man just can't, but you're not allowing this man to do it. And I'll be the first to say, no, I want my man to do this. I want my man to provide. I want the security because that's my innate need as a woman. And we are different. We are different from men. So I can't stand with that statement to say, okay, fine. We can be more, we can be stronger than men. Can we be strong? Yes, because you do get alpha females. You get women who are in leading roles. And there's nothing wrong with that. They just need a matching opponent in terms
Yeah.
of, they need a matching partner rather. Because innately all women want to be led, no matter how strong they are. Because statistically, those strong women leave their husbands for a man who is stronger than what.
yeah.
Their
And
husband.
once you're like in a space
Don't
with
find
like
another
this partnership with a man that's like very masculine, like it's nice to just relax and not try to be this control freak that's handling everything. Like just maybe sometimes allow yourself to be taken care of and allow like release the control.
So, what do you guys wish happened in terms of the Black Panther movie? Do you think that what would have been better if we're taking it now to the unbalanced side? Because what happened was we now just put another movie up, and the main features are all women, right? Would you then think would Black Panther 2 been an option, and we just put in a new Black Panther, or what do you think based on what you're saying? What do you think in terms of in the movie? How do you think it could have been saved not to throw it off that
Off like that. In the first movie, and I'm not gonna lie, I watched Black Panther because I really liked Chadwick Boseman, right? And
Sorry, I'm just thinking every time somebody asks her, what did you think about the movie? What did you think the first superhero? Ashley is like, I just saw Africans fighting over land.
Wow.
welcome to South Africa. Wow. Anyway, so
Technically.
they stop it. They had a beautiful balance because she was his right hand and she was the army, the chief of the army, whatever. And they had a beautiful balance, how they balanced each other out. I feel like they should have kept that narrative going because they gave her a leading role. She is the leader of the army, which is supposed to be the strong force, right? Because it's Wakanda and they've got all these and a good army and whatnot. And him being the leader. And that placed the man still in being the head, but that being there to assist, to help, to guide, and also protect. And that is the role of a woman in the house.
But wait, so in this new movie, are they following the narrative that this man died? Or what happened to
I
him?
haven't watched the movie. I was just asking
Oh.
in
Just
general
asking-
based on the fact that
Maybe.
she now has her own. So I don't know actually personally.
It's like a
I don't
spin-off.
know. I didn't really follow that much on it because I didn't really like Black Panther that much.
Actually, I
the
watched it
first
10 times.
one, but I did watch it in terms of it was something different, something fresh, something. But it wasn't something I'm going to. It's not my
Like, go out of your
Avengers.
way.
Yeah, that
Okay.
you
That's
know
the
I'm
only-
gonna watch the 1, 2, 3. You know every Avenger on Earth.
Black Panther was the reason why I started watching Avengers, because I wasn't into that. So I watched Black Panther. So like, you know what? Oh, so there's more characters to the story. And
Yeah.
then I started watching the rest. So I liked it. I'm not going to lie. I had it downloaded.
I mean, if they're following the narrative of this lady's person that
If I had my phone, I would have
passed,
googled for you.
yeah, and then she has to
Nothing's
take
stopping
over,
you.
then I kind of understand it because that's, I would suppose, as a woman, if you're in that role and your person leaves you, you have to take control of everything that comes your way going forward. I'm just speaking like I'm like pulling at strings there because I don't know anything about the new movie yet.
Yes.
Yeah,
so,
me too.
Yeah, we don't. Well,
Which
we
was because the premiere just happened.
Yeah, and
trending.
the trailers or whatever did show that she was the stronger one. It's mostly just the chief of the army, whatever.
Yeah.
That's doing the things.
All of
the
them is
boss.
basically just women in the movie now.
Okay, so maybe it's like Oceans, the Oceans
Yeah, but that was a
series
spin-off.
where they had like Oceans 8 with all the
When
women.
Rihanna
But the-
was in it also.
Yeah, but that was a whole spin-off. I like that, by the
I
way.
really like that
I
movie.
did like that movie. So
That movie was cute. But because Rihanna was in it.
I like. You see, I liked it because of Sandra Bullock, though. But
I love her also.
Yeah.
Oh, I also love Sandra Bullock.
You see. Whoop,
I
whoop,
watch
whoop.
anything with Sandra
Yeah, me
Bullock in.
also.
The only
Yeah.
thing I didn't like was when that movie where she wears the red boots. That movie was like, girl, you
red
could have
boots?
skipped this one.
What red
Where she
boots?
walks everywhere with the red boots, the high red boots, man. Go watch it now.
I haven't seen, I'm gonna
We'll
Google.
go watch it.
It's like, see, Sandra Bullock is my Johnny Depp. Any movie with Johnny Depp in it.
Okay.
Remember I told you I just go watch it now. Sandra
Yeah.
Bullock, just because she's
No
in
questions
it, I'll watch
asked.
it. No questions asked.
Yeah.
It can be boring, it can be whatnot. We're
Same.
sitting there, we're sitting
Yeah.
there. It's very angry. The new Harry Potter movie without Johnny Depp is not Harry Potter. What's it called? The Beast one. And I don't like the fact that they assuming they're trying to give off, they're not showing it, but they're trying to give off that Dumbledore is
Yeah.
hitting for the other team. So
Oh,
that makes me quite
interesting.
sad.
But you know what? You know what the reality is now. A lot of people are coming out. So movie makers are going that way, but people are cancelling, so,
Representation.
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So-
we don't have to represent in everything. Keep something, if that's the storyline, keep the storyline. Go
Because
make a
that's-
new movie with the
That's
representation.
why people watch what they watch.
Go make a spin-off.
Yes, that's what spin-offs are for.
But anyway, going ahead, because time is almost up, I wanted to ask you guys about the Khloe Kardashian thing, right? So we spoke about it before about how
favorite
could she
topic.
now and go get another child with, what's his name, Tristan? And obviously now people is trying to give her advice how to get over Tristan.
Just get over it.
And she is throwing like a
Does she need advice
she's
though
making
from randoms?
but that's what I'm saying now. She's making this big deal. I don't need advice. I don't need advice. I don't need advice. But honestly, she does need advice. Not from randoms though. But somebody just needs to.
Not from my inner circle either.
Not from my inner circle. All those
A
sisters.
therapist.
Someone just needs to pick up them up by the hair and do this, guys. God loves you.
Stop it.
Sorry.
Stop it. Stop.
But these girls, you know what? Can I be honest with you? Why I'm so angry with the situation, right? Kids are difficult. Kids are really difficult. Kids without a partner that is stable is even more difficult. I am angry with the fact that celebrities is making it look like it's easy.
Yep.
To just get kids everywhere and I'll be able to deal with it because I'm boss mom, I'm boss babe,
And
I'm
I've got
boss
money.
all this, I've got money and I've got this and I've got that. There are so many kids living by their grannies. There are so many kids living with their parents but they look hungry 24/7, running around in the street and whatnot because we're trying to keep up to a standard of this.
And it's
And-
not even about those physical things. I feel like it's also to do with like emotional and mental.
That's the crux of it.
What's the word?
Yeah. Can I just interject quickly? That movie we were speaking about was all about Steve.
All
As per
about,
the-
yes,
as
all
per
about
Leandra.
Steve.
Yeah.
Okay,
Sorry,
someone
Leandra.
else watched it. Thank you. So y'all aren't really Sandra Bullock fans, are you?
sorry.
Sandra Bullock I'll watch her when she's playing. I'll go look for it. I love her. I do love her, but it's not like a Johnny Depp. I'll go search everything of Johnny Depp and watch whatever it is.
But okay,
That was
coming
Keanu Reeves too. Anyway, go ahead.
Oh no, he creeped me out after that movie when he sleeps when those girls sleep with like they break into the house.
Oh,
And
yes, I
that
know what
movie
you're talking
was
about.
So
That was a
creepy,
very
and I
creepy
was
movie.
like, I will never support Keanu Reeves after this movie again because this is just next level creepy.
Yeah, that was really creepy.
When you start pedophiling, nah,
Stop
you're
hating.
out. And madam not watch that movie either, nah. Such a Keanu
Don't watch
fan.
it.
Don't
Do not
watch it.
watch
though. No, I deleted it immediately. But anyway, going to the fact that
I just wish you could stop though. I really wish you could stop. I just want to garner some support from you, like at
Oh,
some
I feel like she's
point.
coming for you.
No, like this woman.
The tears even.
but going back to Chloe, man. Going back to Chloe, as much as their family is, we need to keep in mind that what every move these people make comes with a check.
Yes.
Okay.
Got
And-
nothing to do with anything else other than cha-ching, cha-ching.
It comes with everything.
The
right?
scandals, the everything.
Scandals, everything. Remember, every scandal comes out before every new premiere, and all those kind of things.
It's just overly well timed.
It's always the week of because this timing came out just before the new Khloe Kardashian series
Oh, that was the
premiered.
first
Yeah.
episode where she sat down
It's-
and she was
yeah.
talking about.
Yeah, so but
How-
before they brought it up and she like went on about it,
Yeah.
it was done the week before.
Oh yeah, it's always in between.
It's always when a new thing comes up. When it was the what she thinks a businesswoman is, it was the week before as well. When Courtney's husband all of a sudden had hospital problems, it was the week before. So everything is literally
In
in
the engagement.
timing and engagement. Yeah, and ever since the first Chris husband said, "Listen here, you just didn't pay me yet for being on the show. My script, I followed my script. Where's my money at? I don't believe this reality TV show things. Everything is scripted with a reason." So
I read my script. Reality TV.
no, he literally came out. He's like, "Guys, the Kardashians didn't pay me yet. I followed script. She wasn't supposed to divorce me then."
He wasn't on the script.
Sorry, guys, we just
I want some of what y'all are having.
mental states.
It's Friday. I told you guys it's Friday.
But literally, you need to consider, and so many people fall pregnant just because they hear Kardashian is pregnant. You'll also notice your social media. When a Kardashian is pregnant, the whole world is pregnant on social media because it's keeping up with the case.
Are we doing that?
We are doing it, girl, full
Yeah.
force. We are
Wow.
wearing the same outfits
Because
on
we
top
are
of it.
doing
the same
Doing
makeup.
no, with the pregnancy, what was worn during
Oh,
this
And
oh.
makeup
pregnancy.
techniques and everything. And that picture that was posted, we want to redo.
So it is literally a thing. And what I'm saying is, besides the whole not asking for advice, I think to a certain extent people need to advise these people that your mental health in all of this for the sake of kaching, is it worth it, and what legacy are you then also leaving behind? Because how is she gonna tell this child?
But my guys, like, you don't even have to go far. You don't even have to be a genius, because all the men, I say all the men from the mother, trickling
One of the
downwards.
mothers went to Malays.
All of them, none of them stuck it out or came out there unscathed. There's the Odom guy, what's his name?
Shame, are we blaming them now?
No.
Yes, we are blaming them
Okay.
because you can't all have the same
Kardashian
common
curse.
denominator. We can't all, because even Kanye, I shame. Like,
You're naming it the Kardashian curse.
That's what they call it.
well, the Kardashian curse is housed by the Kardashian daughter's mother, whoever, you know. And everyone who's come into contact, I shame they no one left unscathed. So
Yeah,
I'm just saying.
their personal decisions. Guys, if you're watching, please do not try and do whatever you see them doing, because even after Kim did the whole surrogacy thing now, it became so popular. Not taking anything away from the reasons for it.
But a lot of
there
people
was
are just
a
doing
lot
for
of people
trending.
that just did it because Kim did it. I know people that just went into. We had someone on the show that
Did she
said,
say because Kim Kardashian?
no, but she said because it's now making so much money. So
Oh, you mean
There's
like
effects,
as the
yes,
as
a
surrogate.
surrogate.
Okay.
So, and she didn't tell anyone, she just did it. So people are just going to find out along the way. that
So
she
there's
did it.
certain things that we're doing to keep up, and like I
And
always
there's-
say, don't just do things when you don't know the backstory.
There's a lot of emotional ramifications, because remember, there's a child. That child is birthed into confusion. So like, oh, okay, so it wasn't a natural thing. It
No,
was
but
a,
not, my thing is not that. My thing is with Tristan and Cleo's
yeah.
issue. In terms
Chloe.
of Chloe's issue, Cleo, sorry. The thing is,
That
with
took
the
his
first
fun.
child already, right? It's the same dad.
Yeah.
Now you are bad mouthing this dad
Mm-hmm.
constantly. That's my dad you guys are speaking about like that. Secondly, you knew, because if as a child, when I grow up and I go back, the whole story with Jordan, Jaden, what was the name as well, you went back again and you did it again. Time and time again, how many times didn't it come out that he's cheating, right? It wasn't a once-off thing and we forgave and we moved on. There was much more than one
I was known for it before they even got together.
kind of a thing. But now you're bringing another child into the situation. So already the first child is old enough to see, but my father is always the topic, you know? And he's always painted bad as he is. You allowing another child into the situation. And I feel like what I was saying in the beginning, as in it's becoming normal to bring kids into a broken home because celebrities are making it look so easy. And oh no, it's dad's weekend, it's mom's weekend, it's this, it's this, it's this. We're making it look so easy to bring kids up with your one night stands, bring kids with the we're not actually married, so there's no commitment. If I think this is too difficult, let me just move along. All those kind of things. We're not thinking about what the pressure, what the mental state, what the anything is for the kids that's following, like the kids that's
Yeah.
birthed through all of this. And then you get the people that's also doing it, they're not having the finances to keep up with it. Was it Lee that said on a one show about the divorce with the finances and those kind of things? I can't remember what exactly it was about, but what so many people don't realize why divorce for them is easy is because of the financial backup, versus why you just leave your partner here and not realize, oh, they can actually do that because they have money. And I feel like it's the same thing.
Also, from an emotional standpoint, statistically, it's proven that it's better for your spouse to die than just get a divorce. It's yeah.
It is.
It's
It's
statistically proven. It's the
Better in what way?
emotionally.
Okay.
For you.
Yeah,
Ooh.
it's divorce is not something that I would recommend to anyone because the emotional ramifications of that, and even on the children, it scars those children. Those children. Yeah, no,
Sorry.
it's time.
Just move on.
The emotional ramifications on those children, that's years of damage and years of therapy for those children. So when it comes to getting into a relationship, know why you're doing what you're doing, because it's not just about getting a child and leaving. There's a lot more going to, because for a child to be raised in a proper stable home, there needs to be a mother and a father in a healthy relationship.
Yeah, I was gonna say, like, sometimes it's better to be apart from.
Yeah,
The
sometimes
person.
depending on the situation. But my thing is this: why are we getting kids left, right, and center in surrogacy and all of these things just because they're doing it? It doesn't necessarily mean those kids are doing fine.
But
Later on
guys,
you'll
who
find
are
out
these people that are doing it because of the Kardashians?
Oh, there's a lot.
There's
a lot.
You also hear lots of the amount of people we have, like when we do Gabfest and come on the show and they speak and stuff like that. When we have a topic, they'll
Yeah.
be like, "Oh, you know, this actually happened. This because of that story you spoke about." So when we do speak Gabfest things, the amount of people that actually come back with feedback.
Afterwards.
It's amazing how
Yeah.
many people is like, I was actually in that situation, this happened, that happened. And we don't want to take their stories out because we want people to be open
You
to
say
be
it
able
with
to speak
caution,
yeah.
about it.
Yeah.
So there is people that do certain things to keep up to who they aspire to be. And unfortunately, Kardashians even influence other celebrities.
Yeah.
So it's big. It's a big fact. And with that being said, we are going to say goodbye because the generator is about to
Yeah, let
go
me just
off.
read the comments real quick. Leandra says, what upsets me about the Joburg versus Cape Town feud is that we are perpetrators and their victims. We are the perpetrators and their victims. And then also she says, and as slaves to the money and the fame, these artists have to bow to the agenda to sell to the consumer, slaves the masses. It's definitely a matter of pressure to please. That was with the whole commercializing of music. Okay. Thanks, guys.
So, yeah. With that also being said, guys, our world is a bit with the kids. I actually want to have a topic about that, but you must first say if you're comfortable about it, because
What?
about the whole bringing up kids, the mismatch now of same-sex marriages, bringing up kids in
Oh, I'm
that
comfortable. Let's
household,
do it.
all those kind of things. We just need. I'm going to bring in a professional as well, maybe that's worked with those families, because last week somebody actually showed when I did that talk. Somebody actually showed me a video about. It's a same-sex couple, and they kind of forcing it on the child, and they were going live doing the child's hair, and the child starts crying during the live, and the mother is like, "What's wrong?" Then they're calling me she, but I'm a he, but it's actually a girl. But I want to just speak about the confusion because this child is 7 years old. So I want to speak about all other confusions as well, even if it's this with the same different sex relationships between kids, all those kind of things. I think it's something we need to speak about, because if we're struggling with our thoughts, what are we portraying on the kids? How are they supposed to deal with it when we so effed up
Through each other.
through each other? So that's one thing I really wanna. We'll just hear who's comfortable with speaking about it, because I know there is a lot of people that's not comfortable, even though they have certain standards. They're not comfortable to openly share it. So we'll just see who is on the panel on that day, and let's just speak about it, and with no offense to other people, but just in the terms of what is
Voicing
it
your
doing it to the
opinion.
kids factually. And with that staan ons terug met 'n dankbare hart. Met 'n dankbare hart.
Thanks, guys. It was amazing.
See you guys next week. Bye.